Alright, hello YouTube, this is Hunter Surge. So again, since we cannot do any match videos this week, and I'll be recording some Vanguard match videos soon, probably involving this deck. Do I already have the Grandfather deck profile on my channel? Yes, I do already have that up. Okay, so I don't need to do that. Since it's going to be this in Grandfather for the time being. So yeah, I should go through this. And show you how my build is, for anyone who ends up being curious. Yes, I am Murakumo scum. Deal with it. Okay, so we of course run 4 Zanbaku. So Zanbaku has the ability to counterblast 1, soul blast 1 to call an arrestor from our deck. He gets plus 5,000, and of course, if you have both left and right arrestor on your field at the end of that resolution, your opponent cannot ride during the next turn. This is extremely potent against a large amount of decks, since a lot of decks in Standard are of course pretty reliant on their re-riding and re-getting gifts and all that shenanigans. So Zanbaku really shuts them down. They don't like him. They don't like him at all. So he's very effective. Of course, the problem right now with the deck is that until Shiryuki comes out, we are just relying on this one ride, and if we don't get this ride, we can have a really bad time. But you know what? He's powerful enough. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He makes everyone hate their lives, and that's me enjoying the game. So next up we have Mandala Lord. This is going out so fast when the next set comes out. I don't hate him too much. So when you place him, when you ride him, you counterblast 1, soul blast 1, clone 2 things on your board. And he has the ability to stuff something from your hand into his soul, to give all units with the same card name as his card, Power Plus 2000 for the turn. Not that great, but he can be really good at enabling big push plays after we do the full lock on Zanbaku, which we will be talking about in a bit. Musashi. Musashi is very potent on Vanguard and Rearguard. When it attacks and you have more rearguards than your opponent is forced to guard with 2 or more cards if they guard from hand, and he gets power plus 5,000. So like he's just very potent, forces a lot of cards out of our opponent's hand, and with the numbers that we tend to push in this deck, in addition to the resources that we deny them with the full lock, it creates a bad situation for our opponent. So Fushimi, grade 2, 9k. So if you have 4 or more rearguards, rearguards, not units. If you have 4 more rearguards, he gets power plus 5,000, so that makes him 14k. So that makes it very easy for him to hit 3 stages. A lot of ways for him to hit 3 stages. Right now, we'll just talk about the Excel Circle, of course. If you just pop on an Excel Circle, that's going to be 3 stages, which means even if your opponent hits a defensive trigger, he's still going to be hitting your opponent, forcing your opponent to guard. So you know that's good. And when he's placed, you can choose a unit. Choose a unit to until end of turn that unit can attack a back row. Very irrelevant. Barely ever comes up. Maybe if it allows something to attack from the back row, especially if it allowed it to then attack a back row, that would be pretty nice. But that is not what it does. So it's pretty trash. And that part of the card is pretty trash. That guy's going out. Left arrestor. Okay, so this is one of the arrestors, of course. He's pretty simple. He's just there to be an arrestor. Left arrestor is when he attacks and you have another arrestor Vanguard. When he attacks a Vanguard, and if you have another arrestor Rearguard, you can soul blast 1 to get power plus 5,000. So that makes him another 14k beater. Same stuff we went over with Fushimi. Then we have the big boy, Bright Arrestor. So this guy, 9k of course. And when he's placed, if you have a Zanbaku as your Vanguard, and you have both arrestors on the field, you can counterblast 2, shove a card from your hand into your soul, and your opponent cannot stand during the stand phase of the next turn. So this is of course what we call the full lock, and this is what you do when you're ready to make your opponent hate their life. Basically, this is what you do when you're fighting a deck that does not rewrite a lot, so you just shut them down for their turn, make their Vanguard attack not exist, force them to -2 because they're not getting Twin Drive, and you basically just get another turn for free. And then you're putting a lot of pressure on them when they're starving from resources because they didn't get their Twin Drive. You denied them 2 of their natural 3 cards per turn, And it's just really great, really powerful. It's what puts this deck on the map. Great ones, not so great. So Million Rat. So when this is on Vanguard, yeah, if you do not have another Million Rat, you counterblast one to call another Million Rat from your deck, and it gets power minus 4,000? Yeah, power minus 4,000 until the end of your turn. So there's some spiffy plays you can do with this. It's pretty K. This will definitely stay in the deck after the changes, but it's nothing fantastic. It gives you some nice placed ones, allows you to form some board. Pretty nice in that aspect, but nothing incredible. This one, name I cannot be bothered to pronounce. So basically, when it boosts, it gives plus 3,000 to up to 2 units with the same name as the thing is booster. So basically, you just use this as a 10k booster. Lets you get all of this stuff to 3 stages, and allows you to do the things I explained before that 3 stages allows you to do. Turbulent Edge. Turbulent Edge is literally just here because it's in 8k, and we don't want to ride a 7k if we can avoid it. That's literally it. This is going out so fast as soon as I get my hands on the Shop Challenge promo. In fact, it might not even be the deck when I'm doing the match video, so who knows. So trigger lineup, very simple. 8 crit because fronts are bad, and you really don't need more draws. 4 draw PGs because PGs are good. 4 heals because heals are good, and basic starter. That's it. That's the deck profile, and have some Excel markers, I guess. That's it, guys. This was much shorter than the other 2 deck profiles we recorded today. Regardless, with that said, this is Hunter Surge signing off.